Thailand Minion and Christina Harabaugh, Dance of the Sugar Plum Fairy. Christina Harabaugh, Carnival of Vienna, Opus 26, Finale. But this year I have just one. The one who just performed, Christina Harabaugh. Now, when I first met her, she was actually 5 years old. Now, some of you are thinking now, wait a minute, I thought Yoko doesn't take 5-year-old. You're right, I don't take 5-year-old. But at that time, I was teaching her older sister, and when her parents approached me, I just couldn't say no. Kind of like you, Chan. Is she here? Yeah. Anyway, so I've had her since that young, and this is her first recital photo. She was 6, almost 7 up there. Now, today she is 17. Christina Harabaugh, come on up once again on stage, please. Oh, I'm sorry. Can you put the picture back up so that people can see the difference?
It's the same.
No, you don't. So she was 5. She was very little. Oh my gosh! And ladies and gentlemen, this one hated practicing. Hated and hated and hated. So any of you here, the little ones, or the big ones even, who you don't want to practice, you're not alone. And see, did you hear what did she just play now? Yeah. So if you continue working hard, you may someday play like her. She's a fine example of that. And so she hated practicing so much, and then every summer she made an attempt. She tried to take off from taking piano lessons. There's no school, so there's no piano lessons. So she cries, but I'm so glad her parents here, they're here too, stuck by me and supported. No, this is commitment, this is consistency. You are going to take lessons throughout the summer. So her attempt failed miserably. But anyway, she tried. So when I first met her, so she was hating practicing. So one day I asked her, she was probably, I don't know, first grade, second grade, Christina, maybe you should quit. If you don't like it so much, maybe you shouldn't do this. This is not your thing. She goes, no, I'm not quitting. So I'm like, why not? Then this girl goes, well, because at the recital, I saw these older people, when they're graduating, they get flowers. I want to get flowers. So I'm not quitting until I get flowers. So today's the day. I'm a little worried that she may quit tomorrow. So anyway, I was 5 years old, and when I first met her, she went to St. Mark's Episcopal School, the private school in town, and she used to come in uniform. She spent there till about 5th grade. She went all the way through elementary school. Then, when the time came, there was turmoil once again, but we worked really hard, and I prepared her for Bach Middle School the Arts audition for the piano department, and she was accepted. And 3 years she spent there. Then once again, time came, and she auditioned for high school Dreyfus of the Arts, and that's where she attends currently. She is 17 and going to be graduating in May. So, as you can imagine, almost 12 years now that I had this girl. Now, you see someone for once a week, every week for 12 years. You don't probably even see your nephews and nieces or, your family members. So after a while, you will know every dirty little secret, so to speak. And so we spent quite a bit together, and then we were committed. We really bonded. Now, a few cute stories about this. Now, I think this one, you probably remember, she was 2nd grade, maybe 3rd grade. Obviously I was teaching her, then along with her, there's this other girl who was her classmate at St. Mark's named Annika. Okay, and then I was teaching her, but she did not continue too long, about a year or so, she discontinued. So one day, she came to a lesson, and then somehow, apparently, we got on the topic of Annika, and they had some conversation about piano teachers, like who's got the better teacher, kind of thing. And then Annika said, oh, so Annika's teacher comes to her house now. I mean, I understand some people prefer it that way, so that's how I lost her as my student. So so Annika goes to her, my teacher's really nice. She never yells. She doesn't get mad. Christina said, first of all, no good teachers come to your house. And then she goes on, Annika, now she's got challenged now, so Annika goes to Christina, well, my teacher gives me cookies, and she gives like some nice pencils. Christina, you know, if your teacher's really good, she doesn't have to give you anything. See, this the girl stood up for me. It was very, I was very touched. And then another one, she was more like 6th, 7th grade. She was now going to Buck Middle School there. She was riding in a bus. Actually, I was told this story by someone who witnessed this conversation, really. And I do think she remembers. So she came to the lesson, and then she didn't practice, or she didn't pay attention or something. So I was mad at her, and I told her, you're grounded. You're grounded for this weekend. You cannot go anywhere. You have to stay home and practice. So now she gets on the bus the next day or next day, and then there's some girlfriend must have asked her, like, hey, let's go to the movies, or there's a birthday party, don't you want to come? Christina goes, no, I can't. The girl asks, why? She goes, because I'm grounded. My piano teacher grounded me. So this girl, I don't know who, you probably know who, I don't know. This girl looked at her and said, what? What do you mean? Your piano teacher grounded you? Well, how did that work? And Christina just shook her head and said, you just don't understand.
This still happens to this day. This still happens. Nobody gets it.
So it's really, we bonded, and then she made a commitment, and it's beautiful. But now everyone leaves a quote behind, so to speak. And most memorable moment. I mean, if you thought that was memorable, yes, it was. But actually, there's one totally stands out in my mind, the most memorable moment. So she was little. She was probably 1st grade, maybe 2nd grade. I always tell. I mean, some of you are probably familiar with this phrase. I tell a lot of my kids that I'm like your piano mom. Because most of you come to me as a brand new beginner, and I teach you, so you're a baby, and I teach you how to crawl, how to walk, and how to run. So I'm like your mom, and when it comes to piano. So now set that comment aside. There's another, so we were in lesson again, and then I was yelling at her again, saying, because she was, I don't know what it was. I don't remember that part. Then I say, Christina, what am I to you? The answer, obviously, what I expected to hear was, my piano teacher. No, this girl. This is the only one who said this, ever, still. Now we're going back, reenact. Christina, what am I to you? She goes, mother of the piano. I was fuming until then, but I just had to give it to her. I laughed so hard. Mother of the piano. So now she's 17 and she has applied many colleges, and she's still awaiting to hear from them. We will find out eventually, probably March, I think it's March, but it could be even could be earlier, but some of the colleges actually even later. But her ambition here is to pursue marine biology. That's her passion, and I certainly would hope she would continue playing the piano like Katie, who came back, today to play. That you don't have to, pursue it in college. You can still continue playing at your own time. And so that's amazing how this girl stuck with me 12 years. And but also I would like to recognize and thank so much for her parents, Scott and Linda. Please stand if you would, please. Yeah. So without your love and support and trust in me, I would never had such a pleasure and privilege to work with your daughter for such long time. Really, she's like my own. And I have this saying, I tell this to older ones, Christina, I knew you before you knew who you are. So today is the day. This is a moment. so Christina, I am so extremely proud of you. Stuck with me all these years. You're so beautiful and your performance is beautiful. I would like to recognize you with these beautiful flowers. Now this one's Jennifer too. She's going to graduate next year.